Hey, welcome everybody. Well, it is 5:30. Let's go ahead and get this meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission started. The first item on our agenda is the oath of office for new or returning members. All right, if I can get Mr. Allison, Ms. McGuire, Mr. Leslie, and Mr. Hines. Y'all just want to stand up back there. Y'all can. Let's do it all at once. Sorry, trying to get this out here. All right. You will please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Mary McGuire,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Planning and Zoning Commissioner
of Planning and Zoning Commissioner
for the city of Stephenville
for the city of Stephenville
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, the next item on our agenda is the election of chairperson and vice chair. So can I have some nominations for chairperson?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Lisa Latouche for
Second.
chair.
Second.
Thank you, everyone. Anyone else? Any other? All right, well, I guess, let's go ahead and vote on that, and then we'll do vice chair. All of those, the motion stands that Elise Latouche stand chair yet again. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, it's me, you got me. Vice chair, may I have nominations? Any nominations for vice chair?
Is Brian vice chair?
Brian is currently vice chair.
I move.
Second.
And we have a second. Any other nominations for vice chair? All right, the motion stands for Brian Leslie to remain as vice chair. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? All
Does he
right.
want to do it?
Do you want to do it?
I'm fine. You're always here. I'm always
Wait
here,
a
so it don't matter.
All right. We keep on keeping on. Okay, next item on the agenda is to approve minutes from the December 15th meeting. Do we, is there a motion?
Discussion.
Let's have a motion and then discussion.
I move to approve the minutes.
And a second.
Second.
Mr. Hines, you have,
I believe the meeting showed that I was not present.
Yeah, I noticed that. And he definitely
Although
was here.
Mary Beth was the alternate. I was sitting in the audience.
correct. Yes. And then I also noted that Dr. Quasi's name is
Oh.
reversed. So it should be Momen Quasi, not Quasi Momen. So throughout. That just needs to be corrected. Yes, sir.
Madam Chair, the present and absent pertains to those participating members
In,
only.
gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But he could be listed under others attending, correct? Yeah,
Entirely up to you.
okay.
Well, it lists him as commissioners absent. I think that's, am I
Yeah,
reading that? It says Tom Hans alternate, and
So
he was
also-
actually here
Yes, it should
present,
be.
so,
You're
yeah.
not
yeah,
absent.
accurate. Okay, so the motion stands to approve, I guess, shall we amend?
Oh, I move to amend that, the record reflect, or the minutes reflect that Tom Hines, the alternate commissioner, was present at the meeting on, December 15th.
Second.
And
Wasn't Todd?
Momen Quasi's name
And
reversed.
that Moben Quasi's name needs to be adjusted so that it's,
And I believe Todd spoke too, didn't he, or was he here that night? Am I confusing that?
he was here,
For that
but he
night,
was here
He
as a-
arrived really,
But I think he talked in the
You know
case
what?
against.
He did,
he
but
did,
he
he arrived
spoke,
late.
yeah, but he did not speak as a commissioner, he spoke
as an individual.
individual, so
Yeah,
I don't know how that would need to be reflected.
It would be
if at
in
all.
Probably
who discussed for or against.
yeah, for that item, which was, I think it was Dr. Quasi's
I
item.
believe it was on the rezone of him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. We good? Okay, all those in favor of approving these minutes with noted changes, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, moving on. So the one and only item on this agenda is case number AS 2022-001, abandonment of an 8-foot alleyway in Block 8 of the City Edition of the City of Stephenville. Mr. King.
Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair, members of the commission, what we're coming for you, or before you tonight, is to discuss an alleyway that's directly behind this building. Hey, can you bring it up? And, yeah, that'll work. So, if you kind of go directly behind here, we have a concrete alley that runs the same direction as Columbia, that'll take you from College Street to McNeil, runs down beside Hearsay and Ruby's. Well, just a few feet in, then there's another alley that shoots back and is between, kind of runs behind Buck Buffaloes and Newtons and ends, kind of dead ends into Scott's. And so what we're asking the commission is to recommend to council abandoning the alley. There is a small part of it that will need to maintain a utility easement, and so even if we abandon that piece, somebody may not want to buy it because they couldn't do anything with it. We have a public sanitary sewer clean out that is, well, where that pickup is, it would be right at the edge of the building, in front of the pickup is where that sanitary sewer clean out. And then there is no public infrastructure beyond that back into the alley. And so, I guess there's really no reason for the government to continue to own that piece of land and be responsible for maintaining or any of those things. And so then this would give the opportunity for adjacent property owners, if they so chose. If you recommend and council votes to do that, then we do another survey that splits our portion of it in half, all the way down, and then we offer that to the adjacent property owners. And that value is calculated by ordinance. You use the neighboring land values, not buildings, just land, to create an average. And then we offer it to those adjacent landowners for their piece of it and see if they wish to purchase it.
Okay.
So that's,
Did I hear you correctly in saying that it was right behind this building?
well, across College Street, but.
No, it's actually.
Okay,
behind-
well, that,
Yes, sir.
I was confused.
Yes, sir.
Because I thought it was a block over.
Yeah.
That's what I went and
Well-
looked at.
So if you walk out the back door here, go to College Street, and the reason I say right behind this building is the alley that runs between Hearsay all the way down to Ruby's that connects College
Right.
and McNeil would line up about with where we're
I see,
at.
okay.
That's what I was trying to get across.
I'm a little confused. Okay.
Other questions?
Would the sewer clean out eventually be moved later on?
I don't know the answer to that. I've talked
That'd be a
to-
nice possibility.
It would, but I don't know if that is, because there's a lot of connections kind of coming together in that area, and then that's kind of the one public service point.
Yeah.
I did have Mr. Jennings, our superintendent for Public Works. We met out there again yesterday to take one more look at it, and they ran a camera again to make sure that it stopped right there, and that is the end of the public infrastructure.
Okay.
Now, I don't know at this point if it could be moved or not.
Okay.
Was this done at the behest of somebody or a request, or was this,
It's
how
a
did this
conversation
come?
between staff and council.
Okay, so it's simply, hey, we've got this land and it's doing nothing and there's no point for it being here?
Well,
That simple? Yeah?
from my point of view, yes. There have been some disputes in that area over use.
Whose is this? Gotcha. Okay,
And,
Just simplifies everything.
tried to work to mediate some of those things.
okay.
But kind of in doing that, came to the realization that I don't know why the government or the community should continue to kind of be responsible for this piece of land and put, taxpayer expense in there. It's not supporting any public infrastructure back there. And that's
Gotcha.
typically what you maintain, utility easements or alleys. There's, some purpose for that. And ours ends just a few feet in.
Okay,
So that's kind of when we had that discussion.
okay.
Does it provide access to any of the buildings along that alley as if you closed it and built over it, it would impair the usability of the building or the access to any of those?
If somebody owned the whole thing, I guess they could close. Like I said, in the first part of that, it's going to have to stay open because we have a sanitary sewer clean out, so you can't. And so that first piece where ours is, somebody may not want to, and I don't know that I would argue with that. Why would you want to buy something from us that you literally can't do anything with? Because we only have 8 feet in there that's the public alley, and then the rest of it's private property on both sides of that, and it's pretty narrow to begin with. So that section's gonna have to stay open always. Now, in that back section, if somebody owned the whole thing, then, I guess they could. There might be some civil disputes over access or access easements, prescriptive easements, those kind of things, but this is not something that we would.
It looked to me like it
Did it?
gives access to the rear door of Scott's Flowers.
No.
No, actually,
I,
Scott's,
when
Scott's
when
the
I
next
drove by
building.
there yesterday, there were people down at the end of the alley.
But that's not Scott's.
It's not Scott's.
Scott actually doesn't have a door right there. It's,
Okay.
they
His building-
I
there's a
didn't drive
pipe
down
that
it, I
runs
just
through
looked
the
down
back.
it.
Those are probably the folks, if you saw folks standing back there, they're probably on the backside of Newton's.
Okay.
I'm a little bit familiar with this alleyway, but my question would be when you have it surveyed, will you parcel it out similar to kind of what's already there and offer it
So
to
we'll-
the
we'll-
landowner? So, for example, the lot that's owned by Newton, the two that are owned by the person who owns those buildings, will it be offered to them first? And the one where the is it
Buck,
no, it's not.
No.
It's Bucking Buffalo. I don't. It's owned by Livingston, I believe, and what used to be Miller's Studio. Will they be offered that piece and then?
Yes. so
Kind of
we'll-
on from
what-
there.
What we do is draw a line right down the middle of what's ours.
Uh-huh.
And then perpendicular to that, we match up to the lot lines.
Okay.
That's how we do that.
Lot lines that are already there,
Yep.
and each of those property owners will they be given the first option to buy,
Yes.
and then?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That makes me feel a little bit better because I would hate for it just to be opened up as a whole
No, no.
lot and
No.
somebody come in and swoop it.
No, and that's set by ordinance and,
Okay.
no, we go to individual property owners, there's a set here, and so we would go, hey, here's kind of what we've come up with price-wise. Are you guys interested in purchasing this piece of it?
Of it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. Are we good with our questions for Mr. King?
I think so.
Okay, then let's have a motion, and we can open up a public hearing. Oh, no, public
public
hearing.
hearing.
Sorry, I'm rushing. Okay, let's go ahead and open a public hearing. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak in favor of this abandonment? Anybody who wishes to speak against?
Yeah, we're for it.
For? Do you wish to say anything? Do you wish?
No, we didn't know if we needed to come, we didn't know if
Okay.
we needed to come or not.
Okay.
We're for it.
If you're good, okay, thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll close the public hearing. Commissioners, if we could get a motion?
I move to recommend to council approval of AS 2022-001.
Second.
Okay. Do we need to discuss?
Pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward. Okay, all those in favor, of the motion to approve recommending to council abandonment of this alleyway, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye, or nay?
You're opposed?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All righty. Well, this moves forward to council with a recommendation to approve. Okay. Well, this has been short and sweet and pleasant, and I wish you all a happy new year.
Move to adjourn.
Move to adjourn. Wonderful. Thank you so much.